What's up, guys? Flat Earth Asshole at the Plaza Casino and Hotel. And I want to thank a friend of mine on my friends list for helping me out. I rolled through Las Vegas, stayed up all night pretty much, walking around, gambling a little bit, and just ended up crashing out in my car and didn't get much sleep. So I put the word out this morning that I was in Las Vegas and that I was looking for a place to take a quick shower, and I had a friend of mine on my friends list on Facebook say, "Hey, 1 minute, Jake," and then she sends me back a message saying, "I got you a room at the Plaza Hotel." And I was like, oh, awesome, I can't thank her enough. So we're actually gonna go meet Mary here in just a little bit. And Mary, big shout out to you for hooking me up with this room. Look at this king size bed. Man, it's good stuff. Pretty spacious. Dog's happy. Hell yeah, I'm getting taken care of like a champ on the road so far. Shout out. And look at that view. That's the view I got on this room. I get to see the entire Fremont Street. For those of you who don't know, Fremont Street is a giant roof that covers that whole street, and it plays videos and a bunch of graphics and stuff on the roof. It's pretty neat. So this is back in old Las Vegas, old downtown. And that's my view out the window. All right, we are here at Binion's Hotel and Casino. We're walking around, and this is Mary. She hooked me up with a free hotel room for tonight at the Plaza Hotel and Casino, and then she showed me over to Binion's. But say hi to everyone, Mary.
Hello.
Mary's really cool. She's on my friends list on Facebook. I rolled into Vegas, said, "Hey, can somebody please let me take a shower at their house?" And she's like, "Jake, I got you a room." I'm like, awesome! I showed up to the room and it's awesome. And so she's showing me around, and she showed me $1 million stack. There's a stack of $1 million that you can take your picture with. And of course we took our picture with the $1 million, which I'm gonna show you right now. They're lying straight to your face because the earth is flat and there is no space. They lie. Control your mind if you can't wake up and you sleep till you die. This proof that the earth is flat, and once you go flat, you ain't never go back. It's true. And we should hang him for a crime. President Obama said we don't got time. Don't have 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 time for meeting up the flat earth society. Don't have time. Don't have time. Don't have time.
We're going into Venice right now. Folks, we're all over the world with this. And we're just about to go into Venice. I didn't know they added the escalators there in such an old town. It's sinking.
No, we're running really fast.
People are going to say we're shills now because now we don't even walk. We just sort of float. And floating. He's floating. This guy's a shill.
This is what happens when you unite these two things together.
Yeah, if this didn't happen, then this didn't happen.
And if that didn't happen, this didn't happen.
What's the fucking moon in that? Does that
That's what they say they went to the moon in. That's an official NASA photo.
with like tinfoil and duct
But what does it look more like?
It does look like a tweaker.
Think about the
shell
fact
thing.
Exactly.
that space is a vacuum, and that
I
it's
designed this
impossible
shirt.
for a rocket to go off in a vacuum. It doesn't work like that. It's scientifically impossible.
So do you think they went to the moon in 1969? That's like 20
I
years
think it's
after
a
they had
bunch
the
of
phone.
bullshit.
And
I
they
think
said
it's
we,
I mean,
we
20 years
lost
before
the
they had a
telemetry
phone
data.
like
We
this.
didn't fucking lose
They were
it.
talking like with a phone going,
There's
"Hey, how you doing?
More
Let's go to the
technology
moon."
in a cell phone than there is in what they went to the moon in.
True that. I obviously think it was like a made up.
So
They
do you
can't go
believe
back
that
now
this
in
is where you live?
2017, but in
That
the
this-
60s and
because of that,
70s they
that's
were
true.
able to go supposedly, but
True.
we can't go now. So here's the thing: is
If they didn't go to the
if they
moon,
didn't go
How
to
is
the
that
moon,
possible?
can we even trust that these guys got up high enough to see the Earth as a whole ball and look like that?
What we're
No.
stating is that we think there's more land than what you're being shown.
and this is a hypnosis image, so you don't investigate the surface of the Earth. It's flat and there's more land.
There's more land out there, and that you're
And
only
we're being
seeing a
barned
small
in.
portion.
True that.
Your mind spherizes it, but this is not a circle.
that.
Circles are round.
True that?
No, I
Spheres
feel
are
it, I
round,
feel
but
it.
you know what I
I
mean?
believe it. I
All
think
right.
It's a circle. It's a
true.
flat
Check this
circle.
out. When you're 5 years old, do you remember they're like the first thing they're like, Earth is round. They used to think it's flat because they used to
If
be
you
dumb.
think it's flat,
But
you're an
Christopher
idiot.
Columbus,
Intellectual bullying.
but Christopher Columbus, you know, he figured out it was round and it's, you know, and
No,
now
but why do you say round? That's like saying the Earth is wet. Why are you stuck on an adjective? Why don't you own it and say the Earth is a ball?
Or
It's
sphere.
like they're
They
embarrassed.
say round, round,
It's
round,
like they
round,
say
round,
round.
Circles are
It's
round.
like, well,
I feel
tables are round and they're flat.
At the end of the day, though, you can have
CDs.
this conversation all day, but what difference is it gonna make? You
Because
know?
if
Well,
they
we might
lie to
stop.
you about
We
your
might save a lot on
reality,
taxes. We might save a lot on
they
taxes.
steal our money to say that they went to the moon.
scarcity mentality, the resources are diminishing. Well, what if there's more land they don't want you to find out? Let me ask you this. If you were the leader of your tribe and you were the leader of a nation and there was another civilization that was greater than you, would you want all your followers to find that out? No, you wouldn't.
Probably not, no.
No, you wouldn't.
There was a renaissance after he found the
Hillary
land.
Clinton, Barack Obama. Just
But
kidding.
it gets even better. Columbus goes from Europe across the Atlantic, choppy waters. We don't know if he's going to make it and come back, or Russia's 55 miles from Alaska, and they just take a canoe.
It's not that far at all.
I'm not
He's
gonna
a
lie to
crazy
you
man.
guys, like all of this is like just over my head. Like I am not educated like that
Research
at all.
But you know what I'm
flat
talking
So to be fair, no, like I believe that like what you're saying could
I
be
made it
100%
simple.
It is
I made it
actually
simple.
flat.
Yeah, no, I feel
We'll
you.
throw education out the window. Can you feel right now the Earth spinning?
No, of course not.
So how do you know it really does?
I mean,
You have to
science,
believe.
You have to-
science,
Trust
yeah.
them. You
So you
trust
have to
and
believe science. So science
Faith.
becomes like a religion because you believe it because you can't know it. And then you say,
Belief or
you know
not.
what, this is too
I'm
complicated.
too
Let us handle
small.
it.
Yeah, I'm like fuck it. I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna live
Well,
my
they
life.
think
and
you. They
everything
make you
else.
think you're small. They make
I'm
you
one of
think
those
that you're.
like just like politics. I really just like not
don't
to be,
care.
yeah. I just don't.
You
I was
don't
gonna say
care.
I don't care. For lack of a better way to
Well,
say
then
it.
you might
But
be
let's say there was like
depressed, because I've
a
been
new
feeling
type
like
of
I don't care
vegetation,
recently, and I
animals
think,
you've
and I
never
realized
seen.
I was depressed
What if
about
there's
what
new
the
types of
world really
vegetation
is,
or animals
what
you've
they've
never
lied to
seen?
me about.
Hold on, can we just hold on? What if there was new types of vegetation?
Well, I believe
animals.
there's aliens and shit. I believe there's a lot of stuff we don't know. But then again,
So-
I don't question it
but
because
these
What if the
Never-
aliens? What if the
I never
aliens come
actually
from
said
that
that.
way? They come from that way, and they don't want you. They don't want you to know those so-called aliens exist because they come from that way, right? Like really far that way. So they tell you it's a ball, so that you don't go traveling that way too far and finding
Well,
out
why don't
it's
you
not a
fucking do
ball.
it? Go travel that way and prove them
Yeah,
otherwise.
well, they take a gun and put it to your head.
It's-
They go, where are you going? You got papers?
Yeah.
Sooner or later, if you keep walking south, they're going to pull out a gun and go, where's your papers?
They
That's
have
why
a
we
treaty
borders.
that you're not allowed to go to Antarctica and snoop around on your own.
Well, hey, good luck with your mission, guys. I support it. I'm not
Antarctica
hating.
2020.
What do you think? Is this a lunar module or a homeless tweaker shelter? Seriously, if you had to guess. What does it look more like?
Lunar Module or homeless secret center? Oh, homeless.
Homeless.
Huh?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Who's Thomas?
They don't know.
Abe. Hey, do you think this looks more like a lunar module or a homeless tweaker shelter?
I don't know.
Nobody knows. Does this look more like a lunar module or a homeless tweaker shelter right here? Man, I'm serious. Like, you know, take your time. Like, if you're
I
gonna
would
say what it looks
homeless
more
tweakers
like.
Shelter for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Homeless
I would say
tweaker?
a homeless
Absolutely.
tweaker shelter on like the moon or something.
Yeah, definitely on the moon.
Yeah.
Homeless tweaker shelter on the moon.
Is
What,
this
what
a
if I
vlog?
told you guys this is the official NASA photo of when they went to the moon
I wouldn't believe you.
the first time?
There's no way.
That's the official NASA photo right there.
It was
No way.
Yeah.
really?
Because when I'm done taping, I will show you on this phone this photo.
Are you
But
vlogging?
I'll go
Do you
to
have a
NASA's
vlog? Are you a
website
YouTuber?
too. So this is the official photo of them supposedly landing on the moon, but we haven't been back since.
Did they go to the moon?
It was fake. Did they?
So in 2017, we can't recreate this technology to get back to the moon. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Put it in the iPhone. That sounds right.
All right, and even more, here's a trippy one. Would you say that's a photo or that's a painting?
That looks like a photo.
It looks like a photo.
I think it's. I'm a photographer.
One vote for photo. What do you say, photo or
I
painting?
just say both for everything.
Huh?
Both.
It's both?
Yeah.
You can't have both.
It's a photo of a painting. Yeah, it's a photo of a painting.
I just don't want to pick that.
I'll let Trump in here.
I'll go with that. They didn't on his shirt says a photo of a painting. That is my.
Hey, so
because they didn't paint it on his shirt.
so check this out.
That's called backing down.
Check this out. None of us have ever been high enough in the air, right, to see the whole Earth as a ball. Wouldn't you agree? None of us. With our own eyes, to see it all, like the whole thing.
It's like a flat earth
type of deal.
Huh? No. So the only ones who've been to space, who do they work for? NASA.
Or like the other.
Like NASA, yeah. So in what is that? It's a government agency.
Yeah.
So that means the only people who can say that that's definitely the Earth and what it looks like, they work for the government, and you have to take their word
What about
for it.
SpaceX?
Have you ever personally been on
They're in
there?
the ocean.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. How much money do you have to participate in that charade? Oh, exactly. And rich people would never lie either.
Well,
They wouldn't take you close to space and then charge you. So yeah, what if I told you that they're all paintings?
All globes are paintings.
Every picture of the Earth is a painting or it's CGI.
and to each their own. What's your opinion?
You know,
Cloud
now we know.
Then I'd be like, okay.
Now we know.
He
He painted it.
Okay.
He painted it.
If you painted that, that's cool. On your shirt.
That's a really good job. Then they did a really good job.
Mine's the photo and his is the painting.
tip our hats off to the artists, not the scientists.
So basically, I'm just an idiot.
Hold on,
A lot of debunk videos.
So when you're at the beach, what happens?
You can see the curvature of the ocean.
Just standing there?
The entire island.
Yeah.
Just standing on the beach, you see the curvature of the ocean?
Or if I'm on a hike over the beach, like on a cliff.
You see the curvature from on a cliff?
I think so. Yes.
So at sea level, you see curvature?
Well, yeah. If I'm on a boat, I've seen the
waving your
curvature.
hat.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that how it's supposed
I think
to be?
so.
Oh!
They're making me second guess myself. I don't know anything.
That last line. Here's my thing. If arguing with someone who says they've seen it is impossible, but if you're not sure,
No, I'm positive I've seen the curvature.
just right on it, just
I'm
standing there on a
positive.
boat
Yeah, on a boat. Yes.
at sea level.
How do you know it's
So the
not
guys
just
who
waves going up and
who
down?
named it sea level named it that knowing that it's curving.
Wait, what about
What does
like?
that have to
Okay,
If
so
this
I'm
is
standing-
true, you'd have to be able to measure
I'm
it.
standing on, I'm standing on the beach and I'm laying down, like on my stomach,
Yeah.
looking. So like I'm looking straight down,
Yeah.
straight at the horizon.
Yes.
And I see the sun go below the horizon.
Yeah.
And I jump straight up and I see it go below again. I've done that before.
You've jumped and continued to see the sun set
Yeah.
more?
So like you're laying down and you see the sun completely set, and when you go up, the sun sets. Like you see a little bit of the light again, and it sets.
Okay, here's what's going on.
So that's curved.
Here's what's
if
going
something moves away from you,
on. Hold
if
on.
something moves away from you.
Hold on.
But
This
it's
is
the
what's
same
going
thing.
on.
There's a-
You
hold
see
on.
this hallway? You see this hallway right now?
yeah.
You see the hallway right now? You see the lines going and converging? So what's on the ground is also happening on the ceiling.
You ever look
So at a
down a
certain
hallway?
point-
You ever look down a hallway where it converges all the
Yeah,
way?
it's
Or
a-
railroad tracks?
Yeah, but
railroad tracks.
let me finish.
Or, I don't know.
Hold on, let me.
Right.
Guys, I'm answering.
No.
I'm answering it. I got this.
There's no
So
way.
sooner or later, if this continued, right? Because of your height, and let's say this continued, let's say a mile, it would meet to your eye
At a focal point.
at a certain focal point, but it still is continuing the road or the hallway.
If it was endless.
Yeah, so the sun is at a certain height. So if you're carrying over that the sun is still in the heliocentric model, 93 million miles away, then it won't work in this new model or this old model, this ancient model. So the sun's a certain size, they say anywhere from 33 miles to 300 miles, and it's at a certain height. And so at a certain point, it's just you just won't see it because of perspective and convergence.
But it stays the same distance away from the Earth, though.
It's rotating around.
geocentric queer
It's
station,
moving.
very
We're in a plane. The
heliocentric
sun
when
is
you go
moving.
around
So
the
We don't move, the sun moves. You stand just like you don't feel any spinning.
And the sun is
Like no one can feel the earth
disappearing by
spinning.
perspective.
That's actually true. You don't feel the earth spinning because it doesn't spin.
So we thought 500 years ago that it was flat.
We knew it was
We
flat.
knew it was flat.
They tricked you into the ball.
But then when, like, what was the thinking? Like, why is this happening?
Now you think you're stuck in a cage. You can't go explore more land. What if you're in a dome or enclosure? Doesn't that prove the Big Bang is bunk and that you have a creator and not a big explosion and you came out of a monkey's ass? The Big Bang and evolution are lies. That's a lie.
Well, I think everyone has their opinion.
So much to
What if
think
the
about.
ancients are right and they say it's fucking it's a dome?
We could be. We could.
So they
could be in the truman
everyone
show.
knew it was flat. They paint you a picture and they get you when you're a child and they say it's round when you're a child because adults tore it apart. When they get the
So
children,
why don't you stick like
the children
the
grow up to
sky?
believe it's round. They teach their children it's round, right? And then the lie perpetuates, and now everyone believes in the fake thing, like they wanted us
It's
to.
important to know what
So
reality
what
is.
if there's more land and continents to go discover, right? But you don't get to go there because you're stuck in the barn. There's more land, and there's more gold, and there's more oil, and there's more silver.
Then you get taxed.
There are better beaches there, I'm down.
They just want to keep you barned in, working for fake money.
Around America. Everybody left Europe. Sorry,
Yeah.
see you later. I'm gonna go get some free
The-
land.
that kinda pissed
Then they
the
tried
queen
to
off.
keep them in Europe, and they made a renaissance. So if we
Yeah, what
find
if
more
this isn't
land,
Vegas?
What if this isn't actually Vegas?
We're not in Vegas right now.
No, there's
What if they
like
tell
a
us that this is
conspiracy
Vegas,
theory,
but it's
and they're
not
like
actually
Australia's
Vegas?
not real or something. That's
Australia isn't
ridiculous.
real.
no, you can go to Australia.
You can go there.
Australia's not real.
Wait, what?
You can visit Australia, but you can't go completely across and touch. You can go to a point. They'll let you go to a place they call the South Pole, but you have to go back the way you came. They won't let you go completely across unless it's under hyper scrutiny and you're one of the boys.
How does gravity work then?
If there's more land and they don't want you to know about it, wouldn't the best way to do it would just to be convinced you it's already been discovered?
wouldn't it have,
We
like,
found
come
it
out
all
by now?
already. If you go that way, you'll just come back that way and everything.
But it's 2017. Wouldn't this be like out? at this point?
It is, bro. This is the
So that's
biggest
what you
topic.
think, so you're making it known.
If you Google search flat Earth, it'll blow your fucking mind right now, dude.
It's actually
Yeah.
But can't people Photoshop?
It's not. You guys didn't know Kyrie Irving, the basketball player, came out and said the Earth is flat? You didn't know that? The rapper B.O.B.
Well, I don't
There's
really-
only
I
a
don't
few
really
people
believe-
so far.
I don't really believe what a rapper says.
No,
It's-
but you know what I'm saying? There's only a few people.
It's what you figure out in your mind. How about this? 9/11. Do you think there was anything
I've watched
fishy?
so many conspiracy
Do you think there's anything fishy?
His hand started to expand.
So do you think it's anything fishy?
Yeah, last minute moving from
What?
Anything? What about 9/11? Can you admit there's anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen all the things.
So it's an inside job?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, I want you to admit. Okay, one can.
I admit that it's suspicious. Everything about it. Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, I
So,
think that's
if they could have lied about knocking down these buildings and saying it was these brown folks, right? Why wouldn't they be lying? Why wouldn't they be lying about everything else?
And they rewrote that.
Why not?
I understand your.
I'm the common man. I'm the common man. Like they're the ones that steal your money out of your taxes.
I don't pay taxes.
If you don't pay taxes, then you're doing good.
He's a 6-year-old. That's okay.
Well, that's good.
You got the heat of the Magic Ice. And that's where we are.
Well,
I'm actually 13. What if my parents lied to me about my age?
Everything is three-dimensional.
What if
I
you
could be 13, but
You
they
got the
said,
moon inside,
they said
you
they
know.
could have maybe
the subjects have gone into cognitive dissonance mode. This is when they start asking questions that don't make sense on purpose to avoid the fact I'm making too much sense right
We
now.
just can't fathom all this. This is a lot.
So what just happened there was we talked to them for so long, the youth, they finally were like, all right, we'll follow you guys on YouTube, we gotta go. But we hit them so hard for like 20 straight minutes that there's no way they can forget that for the rest of their life, what we did to them and what we showed them.
And
They're gonna talk about it for the rest of the
They
day.
didn't act like the people act online. They had an open mind.
The
They were
guy I
willing
was
to
talking
listen
to
some
is a
people.
trig student. So I told him, so is it a waste of time? I said, no.
Hey, buddy, the Earth is flat. Research it.
So there's no way that those youths are going to forget what we just did to them with these two shirts. You can't walk away from that conversation and forget. So the seed has been planted. They're gonna go home. They're gonna check us out on YouTube. They're gonna be like, "Oh, those guys are crazy." They won't be able to forget about it.
Wow.
And any of them who try to actually prove us wrong will be like, "Oh shit, they are cartoons."
Yeah.
You notice no one notices it's a cartoon until you tell them it's a cartoon, and then they look and they go, "Oh, you're right, it's a cartoon."
Saturday morning cartoons.
Hey, do you think this looks more like a lunar module or a homeless tweaker shelter right here?
What do we put? You sure?
Yeah.
Looks like, I don't know.
Does that look like we went to the
What does it look more like, if you would say? If you were going to describe it. More
Something on the moon.
something on the moon?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what they say they landed on the moon in.
That thing?
That's an official NASA picture on my shirt of the lunar module that they say they went to the moon in, but they can't go back now.
What is this?
In 2017, they can't go to the moon. They can't recreate this technology. It's impossible, but they did it then.
Is this where all the shadows and
So what I'm saying is they didn't go to the moon, brother.
Exactly.
If this is
But you don't think they went to the moon?
Me?
Yeah?
Oh, I don't care.
You don't fucking care.
You don't
What
care?
about this? Do you
What
care
if they
this is
stole
a photo
steal
or
our
painting?
tax money?
Painting?
How would you know?
Yeah.
There's no way you would know.
I'm sure there's a lot of shit I don't know, but as long as I'm happy.
But
and
I
my
think they
family's
went to the
happy, I don't
moon to
care.
get this.
The thing about space is they get to steal our tax dollars. That's the one reason
I
it
heard they're
pisses
raising
me off.
taxes to give more to...
I don't worry about that stuff, man. I'm probably what's wrong with society.
At least you admit it. Quick question: would you say this looks more like a homeless tweaker shelter or a lunar module?
What, the you or the shirt?
Oh,
British humor.
No, but the image on the shirt, does it look more like the lunar module, a spaceship, or more like a homeless tweaker shelter?
Lunar Module spaceship.
Why?
Yeah, it just does.
It looks good.
It looks alright.
Looks like something they could land on the moon in.
Huh?
It looks like something they could land on the moon in.
Maybe.
Maybe?
What is it? What is it? It's not, is it?
It's the fucking NASA's lunar
That's the lunar module they say they landed on the moon in.
With the
That's from the website of NASA.
foil,
Yeah.
flimsy. We've never been to the moon, but we think the skinny little pole and all this aluminum foil is going to stay intact.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't go back now.
No?
Have you
Is it
seen
too
them go to the
wrong?
moon lately? They
Yeah.
just don't.
So what do you think of this? Do you think this is a photo or a painting?
Photo.
would you know?
Photo. I don't know.
A photo.
No way you'll ever know. You have to believe, right?
Yeah.
So isn't that a religion?
That's true.
So the earth has a ball is a religion.
You know,
Until you really
you want to know what it really is?
Right.
What is
Why don't you
it?
tell her what it is, Matt?
It's a painting.
You know how he knows?
How?
How does he know, Matt?
Because I belong to an elite squad of hyper-realist painters that paint your globes for aerospace industry. Yeah.
The hyper-realist.
All
painting,
your
like
images of outer
photorealism.
space are paintings, and it's crumbling. The empire's falling apart. Tell your queen we're coming. And the Royal Society is a fraud. The Royal Society is a fraud.
I think so. I agree.
The
you know.
Fabians and
I
the Royal
honestly
Society
agree.
are social
I
engineering.
hope they take the whole monarchy thing off.
Isn't it bullshit?
It's crap.
Hey, monarchy, you know what
That
that
is
means, huh?
tax.
Monarchy
That
is
tax they
me.
take from us, like
Me-archy.
60%.
I'm an archy. Are we disturbing the peace?
No. I didn't know if somebody was coming over here
Disturbing the
to tell us
mind
to
is
move.
disturbing the
Are you going to
peace.
put this on somewhere?
We're YouTubers.
Don't worry.
Are you?
So you're
gonna
going
distort
to be
your face, don't worry about
broadcasted to thousands
Your face
of
will
people.
be distorted. They won't recognize
Can you
it.
tag me? Because I'm on Instagram.
Let me try it again. I'll do you one better than tag you. I'll put you in the video and you can go watch it. I'm Flat Earth Asshole. Can you
Are
remember that?
Flat Earth asshole.
Yeah, the one and only Flat Earth Asshole.
Okay.
And now I'm the NASA channel.
The NASA channel.
I took their
How
bloody
many
name.
subscribers have you got?
Well, I don't say it legally. I say the NASA canal.
So all one word, the NASA
Well,
channel.
I'm in war with Google. They keep unsubbing my subs. So it's like people are resubbing.
How many subscribers have you
He's
got?
NASA
at
channel.
like 27,000 and I'm at 20,000. So collectively about
But
50,000.
we're in a social engineering world. with
But I
Google.
think they're messing with our numbers. There's probably an
We
extra
got like a
zero
lot
or
of
two.
people going. I unsubbed for the 4th time. How's this possible? So we got
Maybe
screen
change
caps.
your name, channel of your name.
No, we're moving this offline. We're
Yeah?
doing this. Yeah. We're about 400 million strong worldwide now.
All right, so what are you gonna remember? What's my channel's name?
Flat Earth Asshole.
Yes, and what's his channel's name?
Nasty Channel?
No, the NASA channel.
NASA Channel.
The Nasty Channel.
You can see what up into his channel and
You'll see how it is nasty. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. This girl's
That was a
funny.
good one. That's definitely going on. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Look at these stacks. I just let a company handle all that for me. This dude actually does have a factory. Holy crap.
Well,
that's crazy.
The situation is that I've got to like work for hours screen capping postage and uploading it.
It's
and
too
then
much
having to
work.
redo it.
Too much work. Let
Yeah,
someone
you
else do it for you. A giant company.
It's going to have to become teased on camera. I see it in the mainstream. I see it after or by another agent. Or I see it as an idea.
I only buy Samsung. You don't understand.
Samsung has
only buy
told
Samsung.
everybody they film through the screen now. The screen is a massive camera.
No.
And think about the size of this
that's
fucking
sick to
lens.
think about.
You know, they make you think that the camera is only this big. No, it's this big. It's the whole fucking screen.
So the family is watching the TV while
And
the
the
TV
TV's
is watching the family. Say
know.
hello, family, to the
And
camera.
once again,
Gee,
there's your
yeah.
Space Odyssey monolith.
No, you have to have the camera thing on top, right? No?
Oh, that's cosmetic.
That's cosmetic.
That's cosmetic.
Do you know
That's
they
for
can
you. That's for you.
You go to
But for them, it's
go to
this.
No, I will
For them, it's
send you
this.
a picture of my fucking TV.
Go-
It has that
For them,
camera
it's
thing
this.
up there.
For them, it's this. You get this much.
I am
You get this much. They get
that way. If
this
you put a
much.
piece of tape over that thing that you
I
think is a
do
camera,
on my computer, but not on my TV.
No, you have to tape up the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. Here's the whole thing too. It's like I had a guy, and this will freak you out. He goes to me, my family's really smart. It's all scholars and critical thinking. They all have cable TV, but they watch TV to watch how they're being manipulated. But they watch TV. But I tell them about the flat Earth, and they shun it, and they've closed off. They won't even look into it. And he says to me, I guess I wasn't there that day when they emitted a massive delta blast through everybody's TV screen to burn their prefrontal cortex, so they can't critically think. So if they're all watching the Grammys or Super Bowl,
I don't watch
I
that
can't think. I can't connect dots. I flat Earth. Why is it funny?
I swear. No, I
Why is it
swear.
funny?
I've seen people like that. No, I'm being serious.
Yeah, this only
I've
sounds
seen that.
crazy unless you like can totally see it happening to everyone. Then it's like, oh,
Oh
my
man,
god.
that
Because
laugh,
I tried to have
that laugh, they all go.
conversations with
It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's like the asylum laugh.
Dude, I've tried to
When
have
you go-
conversations with people
you-
like that.
Yeah, when you go flat Earth and
Yeah,
they go,
and they're like-
it's not even their normal laugh.
No.
It's like a possessed entity that's got their mind, and they're programmed to go funny. My cousin did it, and she's really smart. And then I saw her and I was creeped out because she was like, somebody's stealing my shirts. They're doing my shirts. And she's like, she went online and Google, and she was like, math power line. And she was like, flat Earth, flat Earth. and I looked over at her. And I went, and then she was like, and she realized I looked at her because she realized she laughed weird, and she realized that why is he looking at me like I'm a subject now? And because that's what I'm looking at you like, as you're a test subject. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think that's funny? Brainwash, flat Earth. Oh, you think you're this flat? It's like a weird Tourette's. It's like a weird Tourette's or something. It's like, and what's the punchline?
Oh my god.
What's the punchline there? It's kind of like it's flat. Did you go look at
That's
the
pretty
horizon?
much.
And the point of view you never saw, it's more that than the horizon you see every day. Well, where's your CGI? I don't need any, dude. I got the fucking window. I got the vista. I got the lake. I got the valley. I got the ocean. I don't need CGI. That's the funny part. If you're lying, you need CGI.
Exactly.
Like you need CGI if you're fucking telling a tall tale. You know? Like no, don't forget that. Look at the computer. You know what I mean? Hey, Rusty, flat Earth.
Cartoons for
I'm licking my paw.
He just starts licking. He just starts licking.
He's eating his hand. can.
He doesn't fucking give a shit.
No.
He knows. That's the worst part.
No one's paying attention to him right now.
No, but that's the worst part. Is every animal,
Except we are.
every other animal won't laugh at that. They won't even. And you go, because they're animals. They're stupid. No, it's because they know it's flat.
Oh.
They fucking do. It's flat. You
Well,
know,
he's
you
heard
could
me-
get in the mind of a bird.
He's heard me talk enough.
It's probably just a
You don't think those birds are
Okay.
going, well, we gotta get that curve. You know, we don't want you up there. We don't get this much curve. No, they're just like flat.
Yeah, man. If
You could know the mind of the animal kingdom.
If the Earth, here's what no one said. At least I haven't heard. If the Earth was a ball, birds would have to constantly fly
dip their-
down.
constantly
Never
dip
say
their nose.
plane, but we don't say birds. You never say bird. Yeah, man. You ever
Dip
see
that
bird?
beak. Keep dipping the beak.
So birds would have to be
Those geese. That's why they got the head goose or the head duck. That's why they go into because he's telling them, okay, dip.
And
Dip.
they're born.
Dip now.
They're born with the curvature formula predetermined in
Yeah,
their
they got
head.
a predetermined.
No, the bees weren't smart enough, and they just.
They got a predetermined curvature formula in their brain.
Well, we
have to learn it.
Well, bro, if you think they naturally know when to fly, you
Okay, everyone now
when,
dip.
When to fly south.
The guy at the top is the expert on dipping.
Right? So
the V, the geese.
If I dip,
the
you dip,
geese.
we dip.
Okay, now we dip.
You know,
they're like, when do we dip?
Animals,
they follow him.
they naturally know, like you know, they have these natural instincts. So birds have the natural instinct to
dip their
adjust the
nose,
curvature
to dip their beak
per mile.
Yeah.
Per mile,
so that they don't continuously
right into
climb.
fucking space
Yeah.
or into the electromagnetic field.
or the glass dome. Yeah.
Well.
Did you know that to prove a glass dome, you could just wait for the birds to bash into it?
Oh shit! I
slide
shouldn't
down.
be doing this because Mark Sargent said I'm a drunk and I shouldn't debate.
Yeah, I was like,
So he's going around. Yeah, but he doesn't understand that.
He's not.
I work all day and then I'm never even actually drinking on camera. And I'm an actor, Dumbo. I'm an actor. I always have a prop in my hand. So but he's been going around saying Matt can't debate because he's drunk. No, that's the chicken shit who won't show up for the fight.
He is.
You know, like
Didn't
Neil
you try
deGrasse
to go-
Tyson.
didn't you
I
try
don't
to go
debate.
meet him?
That's like that's like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He goes, I don't debate. It's like that's like the guy who's like he's too chicken to fight. The guy who would beat the shit out of him.
Matt, didn't you try to go meet Mark?
Yeah, Mark. Well, this is just it. It's like I apply the scientific method, not just to science and reality, whether that's a real continent or a real picture or a real formula or Antarctica. I apply it to people. I apply it to see if the person is fake or real. And what I do is I give every opportunity for that person. I'll meet them. If I'm not sure, I'll just keep going until I get them right down on the ground. I go and I'm looking at them right in the face, and I got their face right in their puddle of their own shit. And I'm going, so are you fake or are you real? Are you fake or are you real? Because I drove all the way to Boulder to have a beer with him. I drove 22 hours. I told him I was coming.
I know this story. I know this story, but I want everyone else to know this.
And when I got there, no answer, no pick up the phone, no return to the email, and it's like they were racing to have their little skirmish, him and Agent Obey, so that it would look like, well, I don't want anything to do with you or Eric. I can go it alone. That's funny. You just got into this a month, and then you talked to me in this crazy notion. And then you're already an expert on what the whole system is. And you just learned about the flat earth, but you already know it's an enclosed system. And then I drive out to see you after you had your little fake argument with Eric. So I had to pick a side of this handler or that handler. Which one will he choose? The one with the idiot theory that's from a sci-fi movie or the racist Nazi? Ooh. I couldn't choose either, and I didn't choose either because I knew it was a staged. I knew it was a staged argument. I knew it was a staged argument, so I had to choose one. I was like, I'm not choosing either of these. I've been doing this for like over a decade. You don't just show up and then I got to choose one or the other. And they were kind of making me choose. And then Mark goes, I can go it alone. I was like, if you can go it alone after I've been alone for like a decade, you got some pretty heavy guns behind you, like a budget, like you're assigned to do this. Like to contain this somehow, make it look crazy. So I was like, yeah, that was what I suspected.
But back to when you tried to meet him, how long?
Yeah, no, I was going through this,
okay,
and I was like, well, let's make sure. Let's drive out to Boulder from Tampa. I drove out to fucking Boulder.
Nevada?
From Tampa, Florida.
Nevada?
Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, Colorado.
Where he said he was. He said, you could stay with me. And I'm like, you know, whatever. And I was like, yeah, it'd be good. And I was even thinking, I like your voice and I like your presentation. It'd be good to maybe incorporate you in this flat earth circus I'm developing. You know, it's one of my mandates. And you could be like this Rod Serling character. And he's like, that'd be great. And I was like, so I'll come up, we'll talk it out and work something out. Let's start doing some shows. And so he was all a yes man. But then when I got there, it was like, silence. And then Patricia Steer and Mark Sargent doing all the little independent like YouTube blogs and radio interviews, and they were speaking on my behalf while I'm traveling in the desert to go do projects for my day job, my Clark Kent job as a painter in the daytime, doing floors and set designs for certain companies and shit like that. And they were saying in their interviews, he doesn't do interviews. Where'd you get this idea I don't do interviews? So I was like, they were so fake, man. This is such an operation. You have no idea. Because this is the most serious thing. It's not a ball, folks. So it's like they had to deploy not just agents, but a curriculum that would attract metrics. Like it would attract hipsters that are vegans. So let's put Dubai in, that, you know, because of the way they were treating the Palestinians that summer. Okay, let's get the X-Files and UFOs, Mark Sargent. Okay, we need to get the Christians that are Bible thumpers, Rob Skiba, who's an ex-military helicopter fighter pilot, turned preacher. Okay, so turn the other cheek. I'm supposed to forgive you, pilot? How many people did you shoot up? How many people did you shoot up? Oh, I wasn't. I was just doing search and rescue. You're a helicopter pilot. Where'd you go do duty, buddy? Where'd you go do duty? I mean, how many people were you getting out of an area that actually blew up a school of kids?
Nobody talks about this.
Right? So, and no one's talked about this. I haven't even talked about this, so I want a copy of this.
Right?
Oh, but I'm drunk.
The opinions expressed by Math Powerland.
No, these are just opinions. These are not
hold
opinions.
on. Let me.
These are facts.
The opinions expressed by Math Powerland do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the flat Earth asshole.
All right.
But
sell some shirts.
But they might. But they might.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. I warned him of these operations because he came in a little after, and I love Jake, and I wanted to warn him, like, the last thing you want is your shirt on a radical. Walking around going, yeah, they didn't go to the moon, it's just flat, those fucking Jews, man. And it's like, and he's wearing your shirt. So I distanced myself right away from this kind of like radicalism or crazy thing, because I don't want a crazy person. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. Quality, not quantity. Go ahead. Go join the radical Christian crazies, you know, the white entitled people, or the people who hate the Jews. Go over there. The last thing I want is somebody who's like that, walk around with my shirt. Unfortunately, now I just gave that idea to them, and they're like, because most of the people in Intel have their brains fried by doing coke. People don't know that, but there's a lot of people in the NSA and the CIA that gravitated towards, sorry for the word, but gravity's got to come back. It's a term for density and buoyancy. It's a term for things coming down. It has nothing to do with supporting a ball that's spinning. But they went to these industries because they saw a James Bond movie, they have a sense of deviance, they like to infiltrate, they like to lie to people. If you want to work in these industries, you've got to be good at camouflaging yourself. And camouflaging is just a facet of being a good liar. So, you know, that type of mentality, although we do need that in society, it's also going to attract the type of people that are, you know, deviant, you know, they'll do a line. So you'll see a lot of people right now, and the thing is that the Russians and the Chinese know this, and they're actually funneling drugs into the US through certain intel operatives who have these vices, because they know they're weakening the critical faculties of analysis of the United States of America's intelligence networks, with the young middle management, the guys that are rising there in their 30s and 20s. There's people in there that do lines of coke and inebriate themselves to a degree beyond moderation, and they're in charge of the surveillance grid, looking through the phone of your daughter, who might be in front of the mirror or dancing, nude or naked. So it's like, and the mothers are okay with this, that they've announced it. Like, tippy-toe fascism. They've announced slowly. I used to look crazy on stage. I said, well, you know, I heard that the screens are television cameras, so now when I'm on the web, I jerk off with a ski mask. And everybody would laugh. It was a joke. Now it's not so funny when I do it because they kind of announced that they're doing that. I don't jerk off with a ski mask. It used to be a joke I did on stage. So now it's like that joke lost its mileage because it got more real. I would see jokes I would do on stage, and then they'd be very funny back in like the early O's and stuff like that. That's crazy talk, you know. And I'd be like, you know, imitating a guy with a ski mask jerking off, going, yeah, who's fucking doing it now? You know, like, and they would all laugh. But now it's like, yeah, they are spying on us. Maybe I should get a ski mask. You know what I mean? So it's like, so I'm still making it funny. I'm still making it funny.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Still a way to sell it. Still a way to sell it. But I'm surprised that mothers are not concerned that there's 45-year-old or 50-year-old men that that gravitate once again or are pulled into these industries that have access to these surveillance toys, and the type of people that they hire in these industries are the type of people that can hold a lie, that can be deviant, sneaky. So it's like, well, if you got sneaky people that you're hiring in intelligence services, how do you know they're not spying on little girls and little boys through their phones when they're taking a dump or in their bed exploring their puberty or the whatnot? You know, when I'm saying this because I want to have a family, and I can't believe that the parents are rolling over to having grown men have access to the cell phones of their children to spy in on their family when they're in the toilet.
Not only that, bro. Not only that, they're granting access of the towers being placed on the school grounds and being turned up to 5Gs.
Yeah, and guess who owns that? Jared Kushner's involved in that. And guess who's financing Jared Kushner? The Bin Laden family. So these are things that people aren't putting together here, and they're racing for this. And if you think, oh, those are just cell towers, they don't cause any harm. So why don't I ever see you put them up during the day?
How did we all talk on...
It's like I show up, I wake up in the morning, it's another one.
How did
Are they putting them up at night?
We all talked on... Bro, we all talked on cell phones for years before they were on every single corner. The signal's good enough. The
signal's good enough.
We talked on cell phones for a long time with our flip phones, and before we were doing internet and everything.
And the speed's fine.
We're talking on cell phones, no problem, right? And you didn't see those towers disguised as trees everywhere, did you?
Yeah, why are you disguising them if they're like, it's okay? And how come I don't see you actually like doop, 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 on the side of the highway, like one guy just putting in like another like fern of like green like fake plastic leaves, like doop, doop, doop. And I was like, oh, that guy's trying to disguise a cell tower, so I'm fooled it's a tree. You know, why don't I ever see you doing it during the day?
And here's the thing, if it was a rich mountain town, I could see them saying we want to disguise this ugly tower, but we in crackhead neighborhoods in Modesto where I live, and they're disguising trees, like towers as trees, like yeah, nice try. At the Roach Motel, you don't want to have that tower take away from the value. Yeah, nice try.
You know, I was thinking I just came up with another.
Well, here in Vegas they do palm trees, right?
They do, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
I know, palm
and then there's like
trees,
3 in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
What is that?
I just came up with another good idea for these fucking clowns. They should have a 2-way camera on the phone, so you'd be able to film yourself while you film me.
Oh, they are.
Oh, I just gave them $1 billion.
They are.
No, but I mean, you sell it to the consumer.
They're filming me right
Anyways,
now.
I shouldn't be giving them the ideas.
All right.
Because I'm drunk, right, Mark? I'm drunk. I can't hold a debate. I can't talk properly because I'm slurring my words and I'm inebriated. I can't actually execute logic, right? Mark Sargent. Oh, the other thing too, IPS and Mark Sargent. Mark Sargent is full-blown pushing IPS. I want to meet IPS. He's saying all the right things. But
FEA,
IPS?
I've never had a good vibe.
Yeah, well, he's saying all the right things. So I gotta go. I gotta prove or
him.
disprove the authenticity of the person.
I'll show up to Albuquerque.
Yeah, why not? You know, there's gonna be some.
Albuquerque.
We got a lot of.
I say that on purpose, of course.
We got a lot of people in common. But Mark Sargent, who's an enclosed system world guy, is now pushing finally more land. But he never pushed it with me. But now he's pushing it with IPS. That's strange. So That's strange because you didn't want to talk to me about that.
So he's like a new hand.
So that's kind of weird. And what's interesting is I love the chat raid idea that they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Problem is that they've now turned flat earthers into, they're smearing the flat earthers.
One lady already said, "Oh, aren't these like Nazis?" Didn't one lady say that already?
Yeah.
No, but here's the situation, and he put that up. But what's interesting is that I think that I don't know if Jack is aware of this, but the intel that would want to contain this and ruin his format, IPS, or ruin the flat Earth, is to push it as a massive trolling operation. So then it's not seen as credible. So what we got is people raiding people's businesses online because they're going into people who are like just trying to sell games, or they have a vaping shop and they just hit it. They go flat Earth, globetard, globetard. So they're not actually giving proper links and arguments or putting this link to the NASA channel, this guy started it, this proof, this thing, this video where you see a site target at long distance. You're just going, flat Earth, fuck you, or flat Earth, flat. I don't know what to do, but from what I'm hearing is that it's turning out that it's turning flat Earth into a massive troll, and that's not good.
I gotta agree to some extent. So I think it's a cool idea, but to some extent, if it's turned into like, oh, those guys
we become
who just
the Globers.
go around
We become the Globers.
and yell.
They just go around and yell flat Earth at people.
And they
oh
call
yeah,
them
but
names.
yeah,
And they call them
they
names.
don't have any good arguments. They'll just show up while you're trying to sell your products and just scream flat Earth at you. Don't pay any attention to them.
It's like going into an office. It's like running into an office and go flat Earth,
But you know
throw
what?
bananas
Here's
and
the thing.
whipped cream and
Here's
going
the thing.
flat Earth. We rated you.
I've seen that.
That's what I'm concerned is going on. So Jack, if you're listening,
What office?
stop it. Stop that part of it. Start turning this into academia. When you look at my comments and the symphony that because I don't approve all of them, but I do approve people like attacking me, and then once in a while I'll put like an example of like, you're on drugs. I'll put one, but I won't put all 1,000 of them. And it's like I'll put in like some guy insulting me or whatever. I'll put 1 or 2 so we can have an example. And so I go, subject here is displaying blah blah, but I've never insulted anybody. You can look at the comments on all my channels. It's a class act of academic intervention in belief systems. It's like, and wit, and the way I see the comments on a video. I see the video as the house and the comments as the front lawn. And so you have to garden it, right? You have to choose and get a nice symphony. So when you read the comments, it's in and of itself like an entertainment phenomenon of academia and debate, and watching the psychosis and neurosis and the logic of the individual's minds that are trying to do countenance to each other's statements. But once again, I'm drunk, right, Mark? Right, Mark? The one who's pushing this huge trolling operation. So Jack, I'm warning you about Mark, and I will be warning your audience when I come down. I'm totally looking forward to meeting you. I think you got a lot of good points. It's a great idea, but you have to be careful how you're being manipulated or how you're going to be used against the flat Earth and more land.
I'm just waking up. Gonna check out of my hotel room here pretty quick. I'm gonna get one last view of this. Look at that. Yesterday, not one line in the sky. Look at this in Las Vegas. They've absolutely canopied the entire sky since yesterday with lines. Entire sky over Vegas is absolutely fake. It's well over 100 degrees. It's like 105 degrees out there today. So this whole notion that that's crystals, ice crystals and water vapor up there is absolutely retarded. And if you say, oh, well up there it's way colder than down here. Yeah, okay. But yesterday, nothing. So yesterday, it wasn't able to support ice in the sky and water vapor in the sky. Of all the airplanes flying over Las Vegas yesterday, no lines were able to be supported in the sky. But today, lines in the sky everywhere, and they just stay there. Is it because the weather conditions changed? Or is it because they fucking spray shit some days and some days they don't? Anyone who says that that's just ice crystals and water vapor when yesterday there was nothing, yeah, you're living in a dream world. Wake up. Flat Earther Damar and his little boy, man. Kid's a handful.
Hey, maybe these are the ones. Maybe this is the generation's going to break through on the
Exactly. I hope so. You
right.
think this will be the generation to break through?
Right. I believe so.
And they're raising right.
And they're going after this generation big time because they know it's going to be resistance with us.
Oh yeah, they're gonna tell them it's round immediately.
Right, but these ones right here, this is where the indoctrination is going to be evident. Like,
yeah, man,
with the transgenderism and all this weird. I don't mind nobody's sexual orientation, but the way they're putting it out there, man, it's just over the top, man.
With more of us telling the kids at home what is really up, though, that's what's going to happen, you know? Like,
sure. So here I am, Plaza Hotel, hanging out with fans in Vegas. Got Damar here and Javier.
Yeah, what's up?
And Damar's got his little man keeping him.
He's gonna raise him flat. Keeping
him entertained. Right. He didn't last long in the casino with little man. They're like, sir, you're gonna have to take him out.
Just stay on this walk.
But we're having fun. I'm out here meeting fans in Las Vegas, heading across the country. Man, having a great time. Great people so far.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
seriously.
right on.
Alright y'all, I am leaving Las Vegas and heading into southern Utah to visit some family, and then I'm going to head south to Phoenix. There seems to be quite a few people going flat around Arizona. I'm getting quite a few requests to visit the Phoenix area, so I'm going to organize a big meet and greet. And when I figure out where exactly, I'll post it, and I'll make a specific video about meeting me in Arizona and where to be and when. And I have some Arizona Flat Earther friends I'm going to reach out to and have them help me organize an event. What I want to do is get maybe 10, 15 of us together at once out in Phoenix and show the physical proof that Phoenix is one of those towns that's going flat, like faster than others. So I'm gonna head into Phoenix after I visit some family in Utah. But I want to thank some people that I met while in Las Vegas, because I had an absolutely great time. First, I gotta give a big shout out to Mary. Mary hooked me up with the room at the Plaza Hotel and Casino. She hooked me up with a travel bag with food and drinks and even treats for Rusty. And I gotta be careful, man, weave my car around, just trying to show my cute dog. So I want to thank Mary for hooking me up, hooking up Rusty. That was absolutely awesome what she did for me. And then later on, the next day, I met up with a handful of different Flat Earthers. Shout out to Javier, shout out to Damar, and shout out to Thomas for coming out and meeting me at the Plaza Hotel and Casino. And then I met up with Math, and we got to finally get together and do photo or painting Lunar Module or Homeless Tweaker Shelter live, which is something I've been wanting to do for so long. And we finally got to do it, so that's cool. And in Las Vegas of all places, so now I'm gonna head north and hang out in Utah for a day or two, and then I'm heading to Phoenix. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna set up a big meetup in Phoenix. I'm gonna try to blow it up in Phoenix. So get ready, Phoenix, I'm coming. Get ready! Flat Earth ass across the USA. Flat Earth ass across the USA. Yeah, that's right. It's the FEA, and I'm traveling across the USA. What up, guys? Flat Earth Asshole here, and this is your chance to come meet me if you live anywhere around the Phoenix area. We're actually organizing an Arizona Flat Earth gathering. Hopefully we can get maybe 10, 15 of us together at once. This is going to be hosted by YouTuber Rusted Soul as well as myself. We're going to be meeting at Valley Bar in Phoenix, and that would be tonight, Tuesday, June 6th, from 8 p.m. till 11 p.m. So anyone watching this video, if you're in the Arizona area, Phoenix area more specifically, if you want to come meet me, we're all meeting up tonight at Valley Bar from 8 p.m. till 11, and that's in downtown Phoenix. So if you have a chance to come meet me, this is it. So come on down and meet the Flat Earth Asshole and Rusted Soul and many other Arizona Flat Earthers at the very first ever Arizona Flat Earth Gathering. Come on down.